I'm not cutting off my ex just because you feel insecure. He's only a friend. When I requested simple boundaries, I said, okay. Then, silently, I accepted a six-figure job in London without telling her. Watched her pack a dinner for him instead of me. She laughed. That airy, dismissive laugh that somehow shrinks you in place. I'm not cutting off my ex just because you're insecure, she said, eyes glued to her phone. He's just a friend. I remember the way she pronounced insecure, as if it were a diagnosis, a flaw. I said, okay, and that became the last truthful word I offered her. We'd been together 3 years, long enough for her toothbrush to lean against mine, long enough for her to know my coffee order by heart. She had been there when I lost my father, gripping my hand in the hospital corridors, weeping at the funeral, whispering that I was her home. I believed her. God, I believed every word. But over time, cracks appeared. Invisible hairline fractures only I could see. Late replies, quiet giggles over texts she wouldn't show me. Don't be controlling, she said. You have trust issues. I convinced myself I was paranoid, until the night I saw her pack dinner for him. She said it was for an old friend going through a breakup. She even used the Tupperware I had bought. I sat there with cold leftovers before me, watching her hum while sealing the container. She brushed a kiss across my cheek before leaving. Quick, distracted, and I caught the scent of her perfume, the one she wore only for me. The next morning, I accepted the six-figure job in London. Didn't tell her, didn't tell anyone, just said okay to the recruiter over the phone and began preparing my exit. She assumed my silence meant sulking. In reality, I was observing. I started noting patterns, who she messaged when she smiled at her phone. No hacking, no spying, just watching. People reveal themselves when they believe no one is looking. Her friend Daniel appeared more in her photos, group shots, yet his hand always hovered too near her waist. She tagged him in a story once, ride or die star. I screenshotted it, then deleted the app. Revenge wasn't born from anger. It was born from quiet clarity. I moved funds, closed shared accounts, transferred the lease into my name, all legal, all clean. When I told her I had been let go from work, she barely flinched. Sympathy on her face, relief underneath. I could see it, that faint spark that said she was already moving on, rewriting our story in her mind. So, I let her play the role of the patient girlfriend, preparing dinners she pretended were for me. I nodded, ate in silence, let her believe she had won the argument over trust. Meanwhile, I counted the days until my departure. 2 weeks before I left, I invited Daniel over, claiming I wanted to surprise her for her birthday. He appeared nervous but came. I recorded the conversation, the kind that begins polite and ends in truth. He didn't intend to confess, yet guilt leaks through hesitation. He admitted lines had been crossed a few times, that she still loved me but was confused. I thanked him calmly, collected. He left thinking we had come to some masculine understanding. Unaware, I had handed myself the closure she refused to give. The night before my flight, she cooked steak, lit candles, poured red wine. An attempt at normal. We've been distant. I miss us, she said. I smiled, took her hand. I do too. For a fleeting moment, I almost believed it. Then she asked if she could check on Daniel tomorrow. He's been going through a lot, she said softly. You know how kind he is. I nodded. Of course, he's just a friend. That laugh, the same dismissive laugh that started it all, escaped her lips. I realized then she would never stop lying. Not because she had to, but because it was easier. The next morning, I left for Heathrow before she woke. No note, no explanation. Just an empty wardrobe and a letter to the landlord transferring the flat to my name. She called 53 times that day. I ignored her. 2 days later, she texted, "Why is Daniel avoiding me? What did you say to him?" I didn't reply, but I knew what I'd said. I forwarded our recording, his confession to his girlfriend, the one he forgot to mention. Within hours, his life unraveled, and hers followed. Screenshots circulated. Her friends abandoned her. Her job, reliant on her wholesome image, quietly let her go. I hadn't lifted a finger. The truth did all the work. Weeks later, I sat in a glass office overlooking the Thames. New suit, new nameplate, new life. She sent one final message. "I wish you'd just talk to me." I stared, then deleted it. I had spoken. I had asked for respect, boundaries, honesty. She laughed, so I gave her silence instead. Revenge doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers, clean, surgical, final. She believed I wanted her to suffer as I had. No, I wanted her to remember every quiet, okay, every moment she dismissed as weakness, to understand too late that it wasn't insecurity. I had merely seen ahead, and by the time she realized, I was already gone.